Today's lesson is called Halsey, Struggle and Strength. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
And my name is Helen.
Yes, today this is the second part of our article on Halsey. And yes, she has struggled, but she's also found strength inside of her to deal with her struggles. Yes, Halsey has been through a lot. At age 17, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder after making a suicide attempt. Yeah, that's not good. And there's more bad stuff. She dropped out of college. She got kicked out of her parents' house. But then one day, everything changed. Yeah, she uploaded a song to SoundCloud, went to bed, and the next day she woke up. She was a superstar. She was getting call after call from record companies. Halsey was hot. She was a star, and everyone in the music industry wanted to do business with Halsey.
That's right. Like many young stars these days, Halsey found fame through the internet, through SoundCloud, and when she uploaded that song, record producers heard it and saw the potential and realized that she could become a big star that she is today.
There you go. Now, everyone, the story of Halsey is far from over. In fact, we're only halfway through our article on Halsey. So I say we take a break, and then when we come back, we'll read some more from the story of Halsey. It's a story of struggle and also strength. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll have more for you guys right after this.
Halsey's success has continued to grow since her first album. Her second album, Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, made it to the top of the charts. She has also made music with many other big artists like Khalid and Justin Bieber. Recently, she worked with Korean boy band BTS on the song Boy With Love. The song's music video was viewed a record-breaking 74.6 million times in its first 24 hours on YouTube.
各位好，第一部分我们看到单字 fountain， 这个字是名词，指喷泉、喷水池。例如 The fountain is shaped like a dragon that's shooting water from its mouth. 这座喷水池形状像一只龙从嘴巴喷出水来。
And welcome back. Let's get right into our reading for today about Halsey. It says here, Halsey's success has continued to grow since her first album. Her second album, Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, made it to the top of the charts.
Hopeless Fountain Kingdom. I don't know if that's a happy title or a funny title, but no matter, I like it. And by the way, I also like fountains. Fountains are fantastic. Now, what is a fountain? A fountain is kind of like a spring of water that shoots out of the ground. Now, sometimes fountains are quite simple, or you can go to a place like Rome, and there will be beautiful and ornate fountains all over the place. Yes, fountains can either be artificial or natural, and some of the nicest fountains in the world can be found in the city of Rome.
Right, there's that famous song, 3 Coins in the Fountain, and that is about the Trevi Fountain, which is one of the most famous and biggest fountains in Rome. But fountain can also be used to refer to a source for something. So it doesn't have to be a physical fountain. Something could be a fountain of youth, the mythical fountain of youth, which is the source of immortality. You go to that fountain, you get its water, and you can be young forever.
That's the idea, but sadly, the fountain of youth is a myth. It doesn't exist. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. The next sentence says, she has also made music with many other big artists like Khalid and Justin Bieber. There you go. I'm a big fan of Khalid and also Justin Bieber. How about you, Helen? How do you feel about J-Biebs, Justin Bieber?
Well, I like Justin Bieber and his music. I know that a lot of people don't like him and he gets made fun of a lot on the internet. He's become a meme. But I think that Justin Bieber is a very talented performer, musician, and people should give him a chance.
Yeah, people are just hating on Justin Bieber because they're jealous. And by the way, Justin Bieber, not unlike Halsey and also Billie Eilish, these were also superstars that first made it big on the internet. Yes, using SoundCloud or YouTube, they were able to make their fame using the internet. So folks, it's not outside of your reach, it's not outside of your grasp. You too can become famous if you harness the internet.
Right. So besides working with Justin Bieber and Khalid, Halsey has also worked with the Korean boy band BTS on the song Boy with Love. The song's music video was viewed a record-breaking 74.6 million times in its first 24 hours on YouTube. Now, are you familiar with the Korean boy band BTS?
I am not familiar, but I am going to Google them when I get home, and I'm going to take a look at this particular video. It's got to be good if 74.6 million people viewed this video in a 24-hour span on YouTube. All right, everyone, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll be talking some more about Halsey.
Despite her fame, Halsey isn't afraid to talk about tough topics. She has spoken openly about being bipolar, bisexual, and biracial. She also uses her platform to speak out about important issues, such as women's rights. At the 2018 Women's March, she read a moving poem about the abuse women often face. Her newest single, Nightmare, is all about girl power, which she says was inspired by the sweaty, angry young women with lightning in their eyes that she sees at her shows.
"第二部分我们看到一个形容词 tough， 课文中指棘手的、艰难的，像是 The mayor had to answer some tough questions posed by the reporters. 市长必须回答一些记者们提出的棘手问题。另外，这个字除了上面的意思，可以用来形容严厉的、强硬的。我们可以说 Over the years, Derek has learned to be a tough lawyer. 几年下来 Derek 已经学会当个强硬的律师。再来，我们看到单字 issue。这个字在课文中是名词，指议题、重要问题。举例来说 The air pollution in the city is an important issue that needs to be solved. 空气污染是这个城市中需要被解决的重要议题。另外，这个字除了可以当名词，还可以做动词用，有发表、核发的意思。可以说 The company issued an apology for the defective products.该公司为瑕疵产品发表道歉声明。接着我们看到一个名词 abuse， 指虐待、辱骂。例如 Carla left her husband because she refused to suffer any more abuse. Carla 因为拒绝再受到丈夫的虐待而离开。另外，这个字除了可以当名词用，还可以做动词，念作 abuse， 有虐待、伤害之意。我们可以说The manager was fired for abusing several factory workers. 这名经理因虐待数名工厂工人而遭解雇。接下来我们看到一个单字 sweaty， 这个字是形容词，指满身是汗的。举例来说 Mike was sweaty after climbing the stairs. Mike 爬完楼梯后满身大汗。
And we're back. So after the success of her first album, Badlands, Halsey came out with a second album titled Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, which did well on the charts. This has led to opportunities to perform with other famous musicians like Khalid and Justin Bieber. But fame hasn't made a difference in terms of who she is and knowing who she is as a person. Fame hasn't gone to her head.
Yeah, despite her fame, Halsey isn't afraid to talk about tough topics. So sometimes when people get famous, they only talk about safe topics. They don't want to upset people, okay? They don't want to be controversial, okay? That's not the case with Halsey. She's still a direct person. She still isn't afraid to talk about tough topics or issues. By the way, here we have the word fame to talk about, okay? Fame is how famous you are. Yeah, fame is the noun. Famous is the adjective. Yeah, fame is the state or the condition or the level to which you are famous or well-known. That's what fame is all about. And yes, despite her fame, even though she is famous, Halsey is not afraid to talk about tough or controversial topics.
Right. And what are some of the controversial or tough topics that Halsey is not afraid to talk about? She has spoken openly about being bipolar. So we saw what bipolar means, her bipolar disorder. And she's not afraid to talk about being bisexual or biracial either.
So there you go. The first one of these, being bipolar, that's a mental illness. Sometimes people don't like to talk about that. That's a tough thing to talk about. But Halsey thinks, hey, I have to talk about this. This is important to me. This is a tough topic that I should address. Now, the other two of these things, they might not sound like a big deal, but very often people do shy away from these topics in the public, but not Halsey. She's upfront about these things. She talks about them directly, which is fantastic, I think. Now, she also uses her platform to speak out about important issues such as women's rights. So this is fantastic. Not only does she talk directly about tough topics, she also champions issues that are very important to her, like women's rights. By the way, to speak out here is to say something. It's to say something directly in public so that people hear you. Yes, if you speak out about something, you declare your position on that thing, and usually you're critical of the status quo and you want that to change. So yes, if you speak out, you're saying something and you want to be heard.
Right, and when you speak out about important issues, here the word issue means a subject that people discuss or argue about. So one of the most important issues that are being discussed today are environmental issues, global warming, pollution. That is an issue or a problem that is current and that people are discussing and speaking out about.
Now, for Halsey, an important issue or topic that she likes to talk about is women's rights. And it says here, at the 2018 Women's March, she read a moving poem about the abuse women often face.
Right. Moving poem here refers to a poem that touches the heart, that makes people feel when they listen to the poem. And the poem that she read was about abuse women often face. Abuse here means cruel or violent or unfair treatment that is directed against women, so abuse of women. Her newest single, Nightmare, is all about girl power, which she says was inspired by the sweaty, angry young women with lightning in their eyes that she sees at her shows.
By the way, here we have the word nightmare to talk about. A nightmare is a scary dream. You go to sleep, you start dreaming, but instead of that dreaming being fun and awesome and great, it's kind of scary. In fact, sometimes nightmares are so scary and feel so real that they might wake you up in the middle of the night. Yeah, so here that's what a nightmare is, but here nightmare is actually the title to a song. It says here that her newest single is titled this. By the way, a single is a song from an album that is released, okay? What the singer does is they say, okay, I want this song to be played on the radio, okay? And when you do that, you pick out a single song to be played on the radio. You call that song a single.
And it's mentioned here that the single Nightmare was inspired by her fans, whom she describes as sweaty, angry young women. So we get an idea of the people who like to listen to Halsey, and they're usually strong women who are not afraid to express themselves, who are fierce because they have lightning in their eyes. And I should also add that nightmare, it does refer to a bad dream that somebody can have, but it can also refer to an unpleasant situation, a difficult situation. So I could say, my subway ride to work this morning was a nightmare because the subway broke down. It was really crowded. The air conditioning wasn't functioning. So it was a nightmare getting to work this morning.
Gosh, were there also a lot of sweaty, angry young women in the subway car? Did they start to smell
Yeah, after a while, they were getting angry because of the delays.
And they had lightning in their eyes?
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like a nightmare to me. Anyways, all jokes aside, it's time for us to take a short break. But don't go away. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up our article on Halsey.
Halsey's struggles have made her into the strong woman that she is today. With a third album on the way, it looks like there's no stopping her.
第三部分，我们看到片语 on the way 用来指即将到来，在途中。像是 Ken is on the way to his mother's house for the holiday. Ken 正在前往母亲家度假的路上。另外，补充一个相关片语，可以用 on one's way to or on the way to 加名词，代表去……途中。我们可以说I don't have time to talk right now because I'm on my way to the office for an emergency meeting. 我现在没有时间聊天，因为我正在要去公司开紧急会议的途中。最后，我们看到一个片语 There's no stopping somebody 表示阻止不了某人，挡也挡不住某人。例如 When Linda saw her husband kissing another girl on the street, there's no stopping her to run over and slap him. 当 Linda 在街上看到她先生亲别的女生时，没人能阻止她冲过去赏她一个巴掌。另外，句型 There's no 加动名词，代表无法……的，不可能……的，与 It is impossible to 加动词的意思相同。可以说 There is no telling whether the actress will attend the party tomorrow night or not. 也可以说It is impossible to tell whether the actress will attend the party tomorrow night or not. 我们无从得知那名女演员明晚是否会来参加派对。
And we're back talking about Halsey, who, besides reaching out to her fans through her music, has also spoken openly about important issues such as being bipolar, bisexual, and biracial, and abuse towards women. And it's Halsey's own struggles with some of these issues that has made her who she is today. Indeed, the last paragraph says, Halsey's struggles have made her into the strong woman that she is today. With a third album on the way, it looks like there's no stopping her.
There you go. Halsey's struggles have shaped her, okay? She could have been beaten down by these struggles, but instead she emerged more confident and stronger on the other side of her struggles and these challenges that she has faced in her life. They have made her, these struggles, I should say, have made her into the strong woman that she is today. And yes, this is a breath of fresh air. And yes, apparently she's got a third album coming out soon. Yes, a third album for her is on the way. It's coming. It will be available soon. It will be arriving in stores soon. So yes, everyone get ready. It'll be in stores soon, or maybe you can download it from the internet or something like that. One way or another, this album is on the way. Now, things can be on the way, like albums, but you can also tell a person, let's say, that you are on the way. They might call you and say, hey, the party started. Where are you? And you can say, hey, I'm on my way. I'm driving there as we speak. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Yes, I am on my way. I'll be there soon. Now, it says that there is no stopping Halsey. What does this mean? It means that, yes, she is famous now, but her star, okay, it continues to rise. She is famous now, but she is going to continue to get more and more famous. Yes, if there's no stopping you, that means nothing is going to get in your way. You are going to continue doing what you're doing. Your momentum will continue to grow.
That's right. Nothing is going to stop this artist from doing great things in the future because she has everything going for her. She's got talent. She's outspoken. She talks about the things that she believes in. She confronts issues. And these are probably qualities that appeal to her fans because maybe her fans can identify with her because she's able to speak out about these issues.
You know what? I think Halsey might have a future in politics. 1, she's very famous, and 2, she speaks directly about tough topics. And I think that's a good thing. I think if we had more politicians like that, we'd be better off. So is it too early for her to declare her intentions to run for the presidency? Halsey 2020? Actually, now that I think of it, you have to be 35 to be president of the United States, so maybe she can stick with the music for now, and when she gets old enough, she can run for president. All right, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a break, but don't go away. The Chinese teacher is waiting in the wings.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny， 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第2部分一开始提到 Despite her fame, Halsey isn't afraid to talk about tough topics. 尽管有了名气，Halsey 并不畏惧谈论一些棘手的话题。那首先要介绍的是 despite 的用法。Despite 跟 in spite of 都可以用来表达尽管怎么样，虽然怎么样。那要特别注意的是 despite 跟 in spite of 是当介系词用，那么后面是要接名词或动名词。它们句型是 despite 加上名词或动名词，或者是 in spite of 加上名词或动名词，逗号主词加动词。举例来说 Despite waking up late, Nicole got to work on time. 尽管 Nicole 比较晚起床，她还是有准时上班。好，那说到尽管，虽然同学们可能就会想到 though, although 这些字。though 跟 although 是连接词，用来连接子句。那如果我们要用 despite 或是 in spite of 来连接子句的话，必须先接名词同位语，像是 the fact之类的，然后才能接 that 子句。那这时候句型就会是 despite the fact that 主词加动词，逗号主词加动词，或者是 in spite of the fact that 主词加动词，逗号主词加动词。好，例如 Despite the fact that it was raining, Matt still went jogging outside. 尽管在下雨 Matt 还是出去慢跑了。好，我们读到课文最后一句，他说With a third album on the way, it looks like there's no stopping her. 她的第3张专辑即将发行，看来没有什么事情可以阻挡得了她。这边用到2个文法重点，第一个是With a third album on the way, 它的句型结构是 with 加受词加受词补语。好，这个句型呢是用来补充说明主要子句的状况，表达它附带的状态啊、原因或是条件等等。那么常见的受词补语我们会用到现在分词、过去分词、形容词或是介系词片语等等。好，如果是用分词来当受词补语，那就要注意受词跟补语的关系。如果它们关系是主动，就用现在分词；如果是被动，就用过去分词。像是 With so many people watching him sing, he couldn't help but feel nervous. 有这么多人看着他唱歌，他忍不住紧张了起来。好，那么前半句这个 With so many people watching him sing 就是用来表达一个条件，在这个条件这个状况下呢，他好紧张哦。好，那么人们观赏观看是主动的动作 ，people跟 watch 这2个之间是主动的关系，所以我们受词补语是用现在分词 watching。好，第2个重点呢是 there's no 加上动词 ing， 这表示无法怎么样，不可能怎么样怎么样的。好，这个用法就跟 it is impossible to 加原形动词它的意思相同。例如 there's no turning back。好，这句话什么意思呢？它通常是用在当事情已经成定局，没办法反悔的时候，表示无法回头了，没办法打退堂鼓了。好，另外我们也可以用 there's no stopping somebody 或是 there's no holding somebody 来表达阻止不了某人，挡也挡不住。例如 Once she starts talking about her children,There's no stopping her. 她一旦开始聊她的小孩啊，就没完没了了。好，那么以上是今天重点整理，我们回顾单字吧。
Fountain. The couple took their wedding photos in front of a big fountain. Fame. Brock sometimes misses the simple way his life used to be before he achieved fame. Tough. The lawyer asked the witness several questions that were very tough to answer. Issue. In classroom discussions, students will discuss different sides of major issues. Nightmare. The situation at the airport was a real nightmare when the storm hit.
Discussion Starter starts now!
And now it's time for our discussion starter. Hey, Helen, do you think it's important for stars to speak out about important issues?
I think it's not necessary because it's up to the stars to decide themselves whether they want to use their fame to influence people's thinking.
Now, I think that all stars should do that. After all, they do have a great way of reaching people. They have a fantastic platform for reaching people. So yes, I think they should use this, and they should use it for good. Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I'm Helen.
See you next time.